Much of what I enjoy about flying in the mountains is you have to be very adaptive. There is no for sure plan that will always work. With a lot of the different types of tasks we do, there's just too many variables and you can't plan for them all. That's a real skill that we need to find in our pilots, is that they're adaptable. We also need aircraft that are adaptable. My dad started Valley in 1985, and I started working here around 1993 or 94 as an engineer. So when Valley started in 1985, it was started with one JetRanger, and then as time's gone on, we've diversified into different aircraft types and different types of industries, and we've grown with what the customers have asked us to do, and trying to continually adapt to where the helicopter industry is modernizing to. We added the 429 as a bit of a passion project to break into a market that some of the clients were looking for more opportunity in. Our company has to adapt with industry changes. When the price of lumber is high, we'll end up doing more work in the forest industry. When the price of minerals is high, we'll typically do more work in the mining industry. It's very rare for us to have the same large customer year after year after year. We're quite often changing our focus slightly as industries strengthen and weaken. We saw the 429 as a great platform that it can go into H1 helipads, it can perform external load work greater level than even a 407 can. Its speed is greater than a 407. It is probably the most adaptable aircraft we have.
So we're heading over to the Chilliwack River Valley to sling in a couple bridges for Parks Canada. We'll have ground crew on site there. We'll fly over and talk to them and get her going.
I've been flying for about 24 years. I always had an interest in flying, aviation as a kid, and it was just kind of a natural progression to doing something that I enjoyed for work instead of just having a job. Yeah, BC, I mean, just the terrain, it's beautiful, the mountains, gorgeous. It's very challenging to fly in, so yeah, it takes a lot more skill and awareness to be in some of these areas. Yeah, the 429 is great. It's a new modern aircraft, a lot of fun to fly. The workload is fairly simple for a twin. Lots of power, safety of the second engine. When we're doing Class D, long lining, all these things where that engine's important, it's just great. It does everything well.
Safety culture can be developed right from the beginning, and Brad's dad there, always had a very good safety culture. It's almost impossible to have a no-risk situation in this kind of environment because you're flying in a helicopter, you're in the air, you're relying on people. So mitigating the risk to the lowest level and being proactive to try to set things up so they're not going to happen. We take pride in all of our customers, and performing and producing a perfect product is our goal. Probably one of my favorite ones to do is aerial work stuff where we're doing BC Parks work. Is unique types of jobs, the loads are complicated, but you're also helping them develop stuff for people to enjoy the outdoors. I enjoy the changes in the industry itself, right from the aircrafts to the ops gear to the customer's requirements.
Valley's been working with Chilliwack Search and Rescue since 1985, and we work closely with them for the majority of their calls.
We're just doing our hover exit training, so we do this every year just to make sure everybody's on board and their skills aren't rusty. We literally trust these guys with our life every time we go out. We know all the guys that we fly with here. We completely trust them with our life. We know that if it's going to be too dicey, they will speak up, and they make sure that they put us in the safest place at the safest spot, and they got our back every time. They're our first call every time we come out.
We like the 429 for the rescue work we do with Chilliwack Search and Rescue, and in it gives us the ability to do human external cargo with a factory dual hook kit, as well as the ability to put a patient on board and go direct to a hospital at a high speed with no patient transfers required. As every first responder knows, speed is all the difference. Working with search and rescue groups is a source of considerable pride for, I think, most helicopter pilots to be able to help subjects and help the community. For wildfire fighting, the majority of the work we do is initial attack. So we're taking the first guys to the fire, dropping a crew off, and then hooking up our water bucket and putting the first drops of water on a fire. That is our main focus of wildfire fighting. We use the 429 for firefighting for several reasons. It's very fast. The footprint of the aircraft is about the same size as 407, so it can go in the same small helipads that a 407 can go into. Its payload capacity is better than a 407 for our work. The internal cabin space is bigger, so we can do a lot more with the aircraft. Its versatility is one of the biggest keys for us. So our radius to attack a fire is very large and have capabilities when we get there to stay on target for a long time. They have to maintain the ability to be adaptable. I think for us, the 429 will keep our fleet modernized